Okay, so let's simplify right with positive exponents. We need to eliminate all of our negative exponents and combine everything that we can. First thing I'm going to notice, there is definitely more than one way to solve this, but one way in particular is to deal with these parentheses. Now this negative exponent, this -3, could certainly go to everything that's inside this parenthesis. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 to the -3. Now this x squared to the -3 can deal with that exponent here in a minute. And then y to the -3. Same idea with this exponent of 2. Can go to everything inside its parenthesis. So I'll have x squared, y squared. Exactly the same idea on bottom. Deal with that -1. It's going to go to everything on the bottom. Don't forget the 4. So this will be 4 to the -1, x to the -1, and y cubed to the -1. Alright, so then we can go ahead and actually deal with these parentheses one last time. Right here, a power to a power, we multiply the exponents. Same things right here. Power to a power, we multiply the exponents. So this will end up with 2 to the -3, x to the -6, y to the -3, still the x squared, y squared. And then I've got 4 to the -1, x to the -1, and then y to the -3. Okay, again, going back to look, we just simply multiplied those powers. Okay, now we can start dealing with our negative exponents. So let's go ahead and do that, deal with our negative exponents. Okay, on top, you'll notice this x squared and y squared have positive exponents, so they will simply stay right where they are. Okay, all of these other terms that we've got going on, this 2 to the -3, x to the -6, and y to the -3, all of those are definitely going to go to the bottom. They can change position on the fraction. So this will now become 2 to the power of 3 on bottom. Let me make that the same color. So 2 to the power of +3, x to the power of +6, y to the power of +3. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing for the bottom. Notice all of these have negative exponents, so all of those will change the position on the fraction. So I'll have now a 4 to the +1, x to the +1, and y to the +3 now on top. Alright, then we can continue to simplify this. What's nice is now that we've got things a little bit easier, on top we can combine a few of the things that are in common. So let's go ahead and do that. Maybe looking at this, x is x squared and x will become x cubed. Okay, and then looking at the y's, y squared and y cubed will become y to the 5th. Okay, and then the same idea, there's I left the 4 just out front so we wouldn't forget it, but the same idea for the bottom. Only on the bottom, the denominator here, there's nothing to combine. However, there is that 2 cubed. We do know that 2 cubed is 8. So then I have x to the 6th, y to the 3rd. Okay, and finally, last but not least, is to simplify all of your fractions combining across that division. 4/8 does indeed become 1/2, so I'll leave that 2 on the bottom. And then x cubed over x to the 6th, it looks like there will be 3 x's on bottom. And then the same thing for the y to the 5th over y cubed. Subtract those exponents, 5 minus 3 does give you 2, so y squared stays on top. Ta-da!